Hi, good morning, everybody. Good afternoon. Here in California, 11:16 a.m., Thursday, May 12th. Ready for another beautiful interview with a former professional player, Tina PISNIK. So we're going to have a lot of fun. And I'm going to start today a new sort of style of interviews at the end of before ending, having a different type of questions. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Tina, I saw you are in, so I'm going to give you the welcome. So there you go. The invitation is being very excited. I love to talk to players, tennis players, coaches. Hi, everyone from California. Waiting for my guest. Tina, hi.
Hey, how are you?
Finally.
Yes.
We got it. Who is the one behind? Beautiful frame. Is a picture?
Picture just to show where we at. So where I am, Florida.
Wonderful. How are you? How was your day? Your morning?
Busy already, and after we're done here, I go back on court.
Okay. So thank you so much for accepting. I know you're very busy, and we don't know each other. We never met, but we will. But
yes.
Tennis, the social media is doing some wonderful things, right?
I agree that it's a big distraction, and I'm not a big fan because of it. but if you can use it in the right way, yes, it's a great addition to it, and it's easy to connect and easy to keep in touch now. So it's good.
Yeah, but I'm following your reels. Very good ones.
Thank you. I just
How do
share
you
what I do, so I love it. Yeah.
how do you make them?
So just going what I'm doing every day, and I feel like, okay, maybe this is something that would benefit someone else as well, because I do think that we run into similar issues or problems, and just maybe getting a different perspective of it or a different approach to it, maybe can open eyes or connect with the player. So, I don't mind sharing, and if I can help a broader audience than just the players that I work with, I'm more than happy to do so.
And you work with juniors, professionals, adults?
Yeah, and little kids too. Like I enjoy the development part when you're developing a player, but I also enjoy where we get into more tactics and playing with the head, like playing chess on the tennis court. So it's hard for me to pick one over the other. So I enjoy spectrum.
And you do the personal work? You are on the court with the student?
Yes, I do a lot of that. I spend a
So
lot of
you
time on the court.
one-on-one?
Mostly it's one-on-one or, two players and me. So it just depends, but it's, one-on-one.
But after watching you guys playing, traveling all over the world, carrying the tennis rackets, training for hours, going to the gym, why are you still on the tennis court, coaching? What is driving you to be on a tennis court and not doing, something else?
Yeah, no, I love it. I absolutely enjoy coaching part of it too. I think I was talking first. I wanted to be a hairdresser when I was little. But then I got into tennis and went on, play juniors, and then went on tour for a little
Sorry,
bit, and then
Tina, but how about football, soccer?
yeah, that was on my dad's side. So my dad was a soccer player and a soccer coach, and then he got me into soccer, and I still love it. I still enjoy it. I did a big part of my fitness preparation was playing soccer because I'm not a big fan of just dry running. So as long as there is a ball involved, I get more into it, and it's competitive, and I loved it as part of my training regime. So
Wonderful. But if you have to choose, you're born again, right?
yeah,
Tennis player or always talking about professional.
yeah.
Tennis player or professional football, or so we say football, soccer
We
player.
do say, yeah, we do say
Okay.
football.
Well, what would you choose?
Tough one. Because I think if they had a women's team when I was growing up, I think I would pick football.
Oh, over tennis.
Yeah. I think
Oh,
it's just fun. I enjoy teams. I enjoy being in a group and, you know, have fun, and, you know, it's tough, but then at the same time, it allows you to have a bad day. You can hide in the crowd a little bit more than you do when playing tennis and being individual, where, you know, you hit it harder when you have a bad day. But it is what it is. I mean, you know, I'm happy that I ended up playing tennis and now that I'm coaching.
Tina, tennis players are so selfish, individual. When you're retiring, when you're no longer in the tennis court, right? How are you? How is your personality? You're still keeping that selfishness, that individuality. You want to be by yourself. What is?
I think I was brought up a little bit different because of my dad, and I was, you know, put in the, you know, soccer or football environment a lot, and grew up just, you know, being in the team. So I am, you know, a big fan, and I like to have people around, and I was never like a very selfish, like, you know, that didn't suit me. I was a team player, so I did it. I never struggled with that. Like, I like to be surrounded with people. I have friends. I hang out. I had a pretty decent and good life outside of tennis when I wasn't on the court, when I wasn't on the tournaments. I had really good, you know, group of friends back home. So it was very easy for me to go home. The hard part was, you know, because I missed them when I traveled. But you know, but also it was, you know, like, yeah, I go for work for 2-3 weeks, and then I know I come back, and, you know, I have a good solid base back home.
I want to go for different, you know, ways, different venues in our conversation. Not the traditional one, how old you were when you started to play tennis and so on. So now, honestly, I heard that. If they want to hear that, you have other interviews. I wanna make sure you go for, also you have fun. The worst part of the professional tour, because we go to the tournaments, people, I talked a couple days ago with Guillermo Garcia Lopez, Spanish. I said, all the glamour, fans go to the stadiums. We see you guys like a rock stars or Hollywood stars.
Yeah.
We sign for auto. Please, can you give me a picture? And some players are so, you know, arrogant. They don't want to do it. So, yeah, but when you finish, you become a normal person. Tell us about the tour. What is real? What is Hollywood? What is how much is real and how much is a fashion?
Yeah, it looks way more glamorous than it actually is. It's, you know, it's a lot of hard work and all of that, and I do understand the part where they just want peace, and not sign autographs, but at the same time, we're entertainers, right? Like, we are there for them and because of them. So I think we need to respect that, and they do buy tickets, and they come out and watch us and support us, and I think it's super important that, you know, we stay humbled and down to earth, and respect that, and we all have bad days, right? We're all human, and you know, bad days happen, but in general, I do feel like we need to stay approachable, and we need to you know, act like human beings, not like we're, you know, something else or above them. So that's the part. I mean, I liked stepping on the court. I liked to be entertainer. I lived for that. The fuller the stadium, the more I enjoyed it. So it was fun.
When you reached your highest ranking in 2004, right? 29 in the world. Fantastic. You were probably
Yes.
one of the peak of your career, right?
Yes.
But then you have in Los Angeles, I learned, I didn't know that, I heard it honestly, but I learned studying you about your life that you have an accident, car crash in Los Angeles, right? Coming from a
Yes.
practice time, right?
Yes.
So, wow, I mean, shocked me. It was shocking because that shows that life, I mean, unexpected things that happens anytime for us. And
Yeah.
that event changed your life, right?
Completely.
Tell us about because so many people, they have no idea what I'm talking about.
So yeah, it's, you know, it's always a grind, starting, and the money that, you know, at the beginning parents are investing, and going from tournament to tournament, and you know, trying to build up the team and the coaches, and, you know, to be able to afford, like, coming from Slovenia, it's not like a huge country. It's difficult to, get any sponsors or someone to help you. So it's mostly on parents' shoulders to help you get through where you start earning and start covering your expenses. So it was probably the time in my career where I felt like, okay, I can, get maybe a bigger team around me. It's not like I need to travel with a friend or a sparring partner or someone, but I can maybe afford like a tennis coach and a fitness coach. And we need to know that prize money back then wasn't as big as it is now. Now you have players that are 100 and they can travel with a whole team with them. Back then that wasn't the case. Like I couldn't afford. So I felt like I was kind of stable where I am. I felt like, okay, this is the time where I bring a tennis coach, I bring a fitness coach with me, and we go big. I felt really good about my game, about myself. I think I matured enough to be where I wanted to be, and it got a little bit easier. And I think that was the first tournament when I actually brought my fitness coach with me. And this happened. So I won my first round at the Los Angeles tournament, and the next day I was supposed to play Vera Zvonareva in the second round, but it was a night match. It was 7 p.m. match, so we went to the course to train in the morning, and then we wanted to go back to the hotel, and then the official driver got us in the car accident at the stadium. So
he was driving too fast.
It was a stupid, like, there was no speed. It was in the garage of the stadium, and
oh no.
So I was getting in the car, and I reached for my seatbelt, and he sped up, and he thought he's gonna go forward, but he actually went backwards into the wall. So because I was turned to the side, my neck got destroyed. So that was basically like a stupid, it could be nothing. It could be like, oh, we all laugh about it, and it would be like, oh, what crazy thing happened on the tour while you were on the tour. But it ended up ending my career. So, and it was, it was difficult to take. It was difficult to take, like, just because I said I felt like I'm there, I can compete with, Venus, Serena, Davenport, Clijsters, Henin, like they had all teams around it, and I felt like, okay, I'm like right there. I can push and maybe get into top 20, top 10. You never know.
Exactly.
And it ended it like overnight.
Tina, but okay, right away you took when somebody took you to the hospital. How was?
So the ambulance came. They took me to the hospital.
You passed out. You were lucid. You were awake.
I was spinning. My head was spinning. I don't think I passed out. I don't clearly remember because it was shock and I was in pain. And my neck got hurt, so I ended up having a neck surgery after that. Not right after, but a little bit later.
Here in the USA.
In LA, yeah.
Okay.
So, but it was never at the point where I was able to go back to professional tennis. I had to settle for, please get me back to a point where I can have a normal life. I can live, maybe play tennis a little bit, do normal stuff, but there was never at the point where I could go back and play professional tennis.
So the doctors said she won't be able to play tennis? What they said? Do you have any idea?
So I went to get an MRI done, and two of my vertebrae moved completely, and they pushed the disc out, and my left arm went numb because it compressed the nerves. So it was I didn't end up having a surgery right away. I wanted to do it, a little more conservative and give it some time. Maybe it's gonna get better, whatever. But I played one match, I think I had like 3-4 months off just trying to get back. And then I played a match, and then it got bad again for 3 months. And, I went to the Olympics because I wanted to go to the Olympics, and like stuff like this. But it was never like, I was never contended to win any more matches. It was, it was just, I was going around and just, I was lost, so I didn't really know what to do. So then 2005, I said, I'm done. I can't do it. I was on the pain medications 24/7. I kind of started realizing it, my life, the way it was ended. I wasn't prepared for it. So it was like really tough years with accepting that and finding myself and being depressed and in pain and not knowing what to do, where to go forward. But like I said, having a good base back home and good group of friends helped a lot. Even though I was at the point where I started pushing everyone away and I didn't want to hang out, I was
So,
lost.
sorry,
So
excuse me, Tina, you were living with your parents?
I was living by myself.
Okay. Where you were, in Slovenia?
Yeah, Maribor. So same city, but I had my own house. So I lived,
Okay.
yeah, but we were close.
Do you have
So
any
yeah.
psychological help, any advice from a specialist, psychologist?
No, so that was kind of like I think the 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 thought of having a psychologist meant in my head at that time, like I'm not crazy, like I'm not losing my mind. It wasn't as known as it is now. It's like something normal, and I'm a big supportive of it, and I really believe that every athlete or should have someone that can help them with that mental part. And I regret I didn't, and I regret I didn't think of it that way then. But I changed my mind. So I was basically me, myself, and I, and just trying to figure it out. So it took me good 4 years to find myself.
Tina, Paul Forsyth, a great coach, is saying hi, and everybody, Anna from Spain, from all over the world watching and listening you. Tina, any support from WTA? Any offer of how is the situation when somebody has this issue? So maybe cancer or maybe something that stops their careers. Any insurance? Any from the how is that?
So
Because I have no idea.
yeah, so the way I saw things, and from what I hear now, it's still the top players and the really known ones are really good. Like they take care of them. They are concerned about it. I wasn't in that group. I'm from Slovenia, small country. I didn't. I wasn't like very very popular at the time. It wasn't like I was in a newspaper, big newspaper all the time. So no help. Nothing basically from them. I got one. I remember I got. We had a car accident, and then I was in the hotel because I stayed there a few more days. And they sent me like a teddy bear, and that's all I got from the WTA. No, like
with money. Sorry, with a big check inside or no?
Yeah. I wish, but no. Nothing. So like I had to go through that, like the legal part and all of that by myself without their support or any help. So no, I
How
did
about
not
the
have a good experience with
tournament?
them.
Because that happened within the tournament environment, inside the with
Yeah.
the tournament transplantation. Is in that particular case, is any responsibility charged to the organization of the tournament?
In my case, they said our tournament is insured for accidents like this, so you should talk to the insurance company. So I've never heard from a tournament director or WTA or anyone. So I had
Wow.
I hired some lawyers there, and then I basically just talked to their insurance company.
It's good. It's good
Yeah.
to know this because I never heard a player talking about this, and it's good to bring something
Yeah,
different.
I don't know if any other players have different experiences. Mine wasn't good. Like I don't think that any player, no matter what ranking in the world, when you're part of one organization, I think they should take care of you a little bit better than they did.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
How about the players, your colleagues, your peers?
It
Support.
was very like no one really talked about it. I mean, that social media and all of that wasn't as big anymore. A lot of times where now I go back as a coach and I see, we see the same faces, and a lot of them are like, like I didn't know, like I didn't know that happened to you. You just suddenly disappeared, you were gone,
Wow.
So a few knew, like the closer ones, but it wasn't like a big deal. It was just one of the players stopped.
How about any names that will calling you, taking care of you, giving you phone calls, WhatsApp messages? Tina, how are you doing? How are you feeling? I'm talking about players.
Yeah, a few really close ones, that I hang out with, and they did, but they move on. You know, it's like I don't think there's too many real friendships out there. You know, I was fortunate. I had a few that we were close, and it was, you know, when you needed a practice, they always showed up and they were there, and you know, it wasn't just like use you and abuse you when you're there, but they also like send a text out and like, how are you doing, you know, what's up and stuff like that. But not too many honest friends out there, like, you know, the true friends.
Oh, I love to hear that. To me, I mean,
Yeah.
it's not nice, but I love your honesty, your transparency. I love it. Let's move to something fun. And thank you. I'm sorry if I brought this up because I think it's important to talk about what
It's
happened
okay.
to you.
Now I'm okay to talk about it. The first few years I I wasn't ready, but now it's okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and actually, it's good for the viewers, the tennis fans, to listen this. Now, a lot of people, thanks to this, is gonna know your story,
Yes, exactly.
and it's gonna help a lot of people, I'm sure. Let
I
me
hope
go to
so.
the top 10 best things on your life, things you like. And then I'm going to ask you for the top 5 bad things. Of
Okay.
course, that was probably the worst, the one you just talked. Your best shot.
Back and slice.
Okay. You can, any answer, you can add up to two different, for every question, two answers. Okay.
Okay. So
Backhand slice.
back and slice and maybe kick serve. Yes.
And I see a lot of teaching in your reels about slice. I love it.
I do enjoy teaching it. It's probably the hardest shot to teach and to learn, but I think it's very important, and it does give you a lot of variety, especially in the on the women's side of the game. And if you're able to, you know, slice it and dice it, it's, you know, it helps a lot to get you out of trouble, and mix it up a little bit.
And now we are having you here. Give us the 3 secrets of a good slice backhand.
Huh. Okay. So first is a proper shoulder turn and left elbow up, and staying sideways and keeping that left arm back. I think that staying sideways and left arm back are crucial. I see a lot of players opening up, especially coming from a two-hander backhand.
It's good to start with the racket up here. Even I don't have the racket above the shoulder. Thin is good?
Yeah, I usually teach them to put it on the left shoulder like this.
Okay, okay.
So the racket head is touching the outside of the shoulder, and then just cut through a little bit from high to low, and keep the racket behind the ball longer, so they don't
Any
open up.
wrist, the movement along the way, or no? Not at all. Wrist firm.
Yes, wrist firm, especially at the beginning. We're talking basics, right? Everyone
Yeah.
that's a little more advanced, you know, you know, that you can see a lot of like inside out, and
Yeah.
you know, Roger doesn't play it like that. He didn't start playing it like the way he's playing it now. You know, he went to basics, fundamentals, and then he gradually added some of his own things, and you're playing around a little bit, and you give it a little more your own personality, and you know, but to start, yes, firm wrist, go through the shot.
What part of the
Yeah.
ball? I don't have a ball here, but what part of the ball you should hit exactly to
So
make a clean contact?
So the way I see it is, let's say if the ball
Yeah.
is the clock, I would go, what is it, 7? So a little bit on the outside and down.
Oh, fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. How much are you charging for me for this information?
For friends, it's for free.
I will send you Venmo if you want.
That's good. That works.
Another teddy bear with a check inside.
The
uh,
teddy bear is good. Yeah.
okay. Your best win, your best victory.
Oh, I had a few like top 5 number 1 wins, but I think that the one that I remember the most is probably Amélie Mauresmo
Oh,
when I played her in the finals of the tournament of the WTA tournament, and I felt like I'm barely alive and catching up, and I'm gonna drown very soon. But I still don't know how I was able to pull it out, and it ended up being 7-6, 7-6. Um, but yeah, that was probably the one that I felt like I don't belong there, but then, you know, I kind of made it work.
Your favorite tournament to play, including Grand Slams, any tournament.
So I always, my goal always was to win.
Sorry, we miss you. We lost the connection for a second.
So I always wanted to win Wimbledon. That was
Okay.
my goal. That was my dream, to win Wimbledon. But I think I felt the best at Bol, Croatia. It was first week of May, where it's usually there's a holiday in Slovenia, and we are bordered to Croatia. So a lot of Slovenian people were there, and the stadium was always full, and the atmosphere was good, and family came and friends came, and good food, and the tournament was really nice, and the location is good. So I think and I played well. So
awesome. Favorite city that you still like to travel if you have the chance?
Favorite city, maybe Melbourne.
Melbourne, nice.
I really liked it there. Yeah, I don't go there very often anymore, but it used to be a fun city to go to.
The best coach that you ever had?
Probably the coach that started me. His name is Sinisha. I think he was like my second dad.
Sorry, is he alive?
He is. He's in very
still
good
coaching?
shape. A little bit, yeah, a little bit.
Wow.
Yeah, and then my fitness coach. I had one fitness coach my whole career, and we're still close. And I think a big thank to both of them for making me a character that I am today. They left a big imprint in me. So yeah, good memories.
Now three questions in one, so it's
Okay.
easy to answer, to get to know you in the personal, more social life. Personal meal,
Okay.
personal food, and restaurant, okay, you can add.
Okay.
Favorite movie and favorite song.
Okay, oof, you got me there. So favorite food is whatever my wife makes. She's an amazing cook. So I love eating. Yeah, I love eating at home. But then where do we like to go?
What is her specialty? What she does well? What is the best thing she cooks?
So the best thing she made was lasagna.
Oh, nice.
It was really good. It was really good. We really enjoyed it.
There you go. Okay, favorite movie.
Movie. I don't even know when the last time I watched a movie. I always fall asleep, so I don't even know. I watch three minutes of a movie and I fall asleep. I'm very boring.
Or any movie that was inspirational in your life?
I always watched, when I was growing up, I always watched those Karate Kid and Rocky Balboa and those kind of movies.
I love it too.
Yeah, all of them.
Oh, we share the same taste, same flavor. Hi from Ecuador, from everybody, everywhere. And music, because your reels are beautiful music. You choose the music for the reels?
No, I choose the videos. The rest is my wife's work.
Oh, nice. Tell her wonderful job.
Okay, good job, Maya.
No, really, I love it.
We are a good team. Yeah, I put the video together, I put the text together, and then she does the rest. The package is from her. Yeah.
But if you wanna listen music, what kind of music do you like to listen?
My favorite song is a Croatian singer, Severina, and the song name is Italiana.
Well, you speak Spanish, something or not?
No Spanish at all.
No, but you say Italiana, very good in Spanish.
Thank you. Yeah, but no Spanish for me.
Okay, that would be the number 8. Your favorite drill when you practiced, when you were a player, and the favorite one that you love to do when you were practicing?
Points. I hated drills.
Oh, really? And now,
And
now
my
you have
favorite,
to do drills. Now you do drills with your students.
I know, it doesn't mean that I didn't do it. I did a lot of drills, but because I knew they're good for me and I need them, but I loved playing points. I'm very competitive in whatever I do. So, you know, whenever there were points, I got into it. So I had to learn how to grind, how to hit cross courts, how to hit in figure eights, how to, you know, do specific stuff. But yeah, I loved points.
Okay, I'm gonna give you three options. Let's say I'm your
Okay.
tennis coach. We're back to your tennis career. I said, Tina, what do you like to do? Random points, let's say 21, 11, whatever. Tiebreakers or one set? What do you prefer to play?
Tiebreakers.
Perfect. So
Strategy.
you advise players to practice tiebreakers?
Everything. So what I like to do is when we play like points to 11 or 21, I like to give them a specific task or goal for, let's say, 5 points, you know, so stick to the 5 points, you're doing so and so. And then like, the next 5 points, you're doing so and so. With
Oh, okay.
the tiebreakers, it's more about, you know, being able to play high percentage tennis and be a little more conservative and pick the right targets and you know, that type of deal, and be able to take the pressure. And then the sets are, you know, just stay in it, you know. I love to do points where you need to win 3 in a row to actually score, or you know, you have only one serve, so you miss the serve, you lose the point, or you actually have 3 serves, so you have 2 first serves and 1 second serve. So those type of like teams, that it's not just playing random points, but I like to structure it a little bit more. And then I also have them play just, let me see what you learn, let me see what you own, what feels comfortable.
The best advice you ever received, and who gave you that advice?
Just whatever you can do yourself, do it yourself. Like, count on yourself. Don't count on anyone helping you or anyone doing it for you. And that was for my dad.
Perfect.
And my mom, and my mom's, it was change your t-shirt after the practice.
Perfect. You have Chichi Carr said, we are playing a tiebreaker tomorrow, coach.
Chichi, we're playing sushi tomorrow.
There you go.
She wants to play.
How old is she?
8.
8.
Yeah.
Is she good?
She's good. She's gonna be even better.
Wow.
She's
Nice.
feisty little girl. Feisty little girl.
I love it. And the last one of the best things, what is the best thing of coaching, being a tennis coach?
I don't look at it as a tennis coach. I look at it more of a building their characters and just being there for them. Because I think tennis is a small part of your life. I mean, I'm the best example of it. So I think you need to build a relationship. I think you need to build relationships with the players, with families, and just be there for them beyond tennis, not just on the tennis court. I think this is the most important thing.
Now the things are not that nice. 5. You already talked about the personal thing. The worst defeat in your tennis career.
The worst defeat was Amelia Island. I did not win a match for 5 months straight, and I played.
Wow.
I actually played Vera again, and I had a match point. I hit a back and slice cross court, and I thought it's hit the line, and she didn't get there. But she thought that it's out, and the chair umpire came down to check the mark, and they said it was out, and I ended up losing that match.
Oh,
Yeah,
incredible.
I did not like that one.
The most difficult opponent that you faced that made you feel, I can't beat this girl. I can't. Or maybe you never felt that. I don't know.
I never felt like I can't win. It's interesting because two of my players actually asked me, I think yesterday or day before yesterday, who did you not like to play? And I said, um, I was the one that they didn't like to play me just because I have that slice. I came to the net, I had the drop shot and stuff like that. So I was a little bit, I played the ugly tennis out there. So, but the players that I struggled the most against were probably the ones that well, that made a lot of balls in. They weren't maybe going for as much, which also meant that they didn't miss too much. Um, so those grinders that we would have like 3.5 hour matches, those were the kind of players that, it
You
was tough.
didn't
Like I knew
you
I knew
didn't
that it's gonna
enjoy.
be tough. Yeah,
Okay,
I
now as a
did.
coach,
I enjoyed the battle, but yeah, it was tough.
what advice give out there to the junior players when they play kind of punchers, pushers, solid players, whatever you want to call them? What advice? How would be the best strategy?
Be patient and create opportunities. Like don't put a timeline on it because a lot of times they, I'm gonna make three balls in and then I'm gonna go for it, or I'm gonna play 2 hours and then I'm done. So there's no timeline. Get out there, grind, and make it work. Figure it out.
Perfect, perfect. And I want to take the opportunity to ask you the opposite style, aggressive style, hard hitters, most frequent, seen on the tour. How do you play them?
So I could never out hit them. So I had to make them hit an extra shot, uh, keep it out of their strike zone, mix it up, come to the net, bring them to the net. But I knew that eventually when I get into their head, if I was able to get into their head, with a heavy topspin forehand and a slice backhand, that they will start missing. And once they start missing, the confidence goes down. They're not as dangerous anymore. So that was my way of playing them. A lot of times when they were on, they just blew me off the court in the first set, But then the second set, it got a little more difficult. I got into their head. I was able to grind it out.
Perfect. And your least favorite tournament that you had to travel, but you didn't like to travel?
Um, I never had issues traveling to tournaments, but just because of the experience in Los Angeles, I think I have to pick that tournament as my by far the worst.
Okay. Now going back to the positive things in your life, the best memories of your childhood.
The best memories. It was probably when I spent time the whole summer at the tennis court at the club, where we had like maybe 1 hour of structured practice, and then the rest of the day we were just running around trying to find people to play with, were they kids, adults, anyone, or we played against the wall. But I know I spent the whole summer at the tennis club. My parents dropped me off in the morning and they came to pick me up in the evening, and in between we just played around.
You're talking about parents, your parents, and we deal coaches with something every day, which is parents playing with the kids in the weekends. And
Yeah.
they said, I want to play with my daughter, but they ended up coaching, trying to
Yeah.
coach, or the son, or daughter.
Yeah.
What advice will give them? Because they want to play, they play well, but they become coaches instead of parents.
Yeah. So my mom never played tennis. She was a gymnast, and then that was her sport. And my dad was a soccer player and soccer coach, but he liked to play tennis.
Oh.
So we did play up until I was 11, and this is the time that I beat him 0-0, and that was probably the last time we played a competitive match. So um, he was a he, I mean, my parents were more about work ethics and attitude and discipline than getting technical or anything about tennis. But it was, they were big on discipline and work ethics. If I didn't show up and work, that then we had a hard time. But they never gave me hard time because of result. It was pretty good. They were tough on me, but in a good sense of tough, like teaching me what it takes to become good and be good.
There were a lot of stories about girls being punished by the parents, and horrible stories, famous
Yeah.
players. I
Yes.
talked to one of them, Mary Pierce, in
Okay.
2020 about it. Have you ever seen, while you were practicing or playing, something like wow, a father hitting or mom someone on the tennis court?
Yeah, I mean, I was, my generation, it's, with Mirjana and Jelena,
Mm,
Dokic, and we played on tour. We're actually good friends. That was, we all knew what's happening.
mm.
But again, it's like organization doesn't get involved. No one gets involved. Everyone just sits back and watches and whispers, but
And
no
they
one
they
really
know
helps.
what is going on. Are they aware of the situation?
Everyone is. I mean, it's a public secret.
Wow. And how about reporting to the police? I mean,
No one, like I said, that you don't have too many good friends out there that they're gonna put their back there for you.
mm,
Everyone's kind of like, with their own team and with their own things that they need to worry about, and they just do their own business. There's not much help that you can count on, in
Tina,
my experience. I don't
yeah,
know.
correct. How old, we're talking about girls right now,
Yeah.
uh, a girl should have to start training, in a more intensive way, more hours, if they have some potential to become, competitive players. How old is when is the best time to say, okay, now you're going to need 2 hours a day, you need a fitness program, you need a private coach, blah, 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 blah. What is the best age to start?
I think it's hard to put it that way, because it has a lot to do with maturity. Some girls are ready to do it sooner. Some girls are ready to do it later. It depends. I like to be, when I was growing up, I was in a small group, but it was very intense. It was almost like we were one on one with the coach, and he traveled with us, and it was great. It was awesome. But it's hard because we all had the same goal there. Now it's hard to find four that have the same goal, so it,
Mm,
it does become a little more individualized and a little bit more specific. But I think this is where it's important to have a good communication with the parents and the coach, and you structure it more as a marathon, not a sprint. It's not very like result based, or more developing an athlete when they're young, not a specific tennis player. I think that, and I think this is very important. It's hard to see a lot of kids come to me and they don't know how to kick the ball, they don't know how to catch the ball, they don't know how to throw the ball, basics that are super important, just the basic fundamentals. And I think this is what's being, we teach forehands and backhands and we go into slices and whatever, but they don't know basics. So I think this is what needs to be paid attention more. And footwork on court. I can't stress enough how much, how important that is. And it's very neglected. Everyone goes into forehands and backhands, like I said, but then the rest is, it's boring. Who, like, tell me one kid that wants to do footwork.
mm.
But it's very important.
Uh, Boys and girls, they should train together. Is the same training, same drills? How you deal with that when you have boys and girls, and it happens in academy environment when they have a group of players mixed, combined, right?
Yeah. I actually like it, because I think boys are very creative when they're younger. So I think if the girls are exposed to that, they're gonna, pick up on things. If you look at the kids, they're, I don't know, even 10-year-old, or you rarely see a girl that was going to slice or it's going to come to the net, you know, but boys, they're all over the place. And I think it's good for the girls to see that. I think the boys are, you know, very competitive, and it's good for the girls to pick up on that. And then on the other hand, for the boys, it's good to have some girls around because they're way more mature, they're way more disciplined, and you know, just keep them in a straight line a little bit more. So I don't mind mixing them up, you know. I think it's good for both.
Tina, and we're about to finish. This is wonderful, and thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate your time. What time are you going back to the court?
In an hour.
In an hour. So I'm going to let you go in 5 minutes. You have 5 more minutes?
Yes, easy, no problem.
Okay. Which shot or shots the girls, they must have and develop? Because when we talk about men's tennis, it's a big forehand, big serve. But how about the women's tennis? Which one you said, if you're giving a talk to coaches right now, coaches, I played in the highest level of tennis. I know what I'm talking about. Teach these shots to your female students.
It's actually 3. So I feel like kick serve needs to be worked on, back and slice. We all know girls, they have big game, but they are deadly allergic to come to the net. They would rather hit 6 risky shot from the baseline instead of, you know, just big ball and then come in behind it and maybe put a volley away. So the 3 shots that I would focus on.
So you mean slice, kick, and volleys?
Yes.
Perfect.
Practice,
And
like I see a lot of girls, they hit volleys and they're, you know, a meter away from the net, and they're just hitting the ball down, you know. In matches, I don't think you get too many volleys to be played there. So practice that volley from the service line, that first volley, the transitioning volley to the net.
But I see TikToks, videos, reels, and about in the past, you know, about swinging volleys. Are you?
Yeah.
This is probably what you like to teach, that swinging volleys, or just the traditional volley?
I do teach that. I think it's a good skill to have. If you ask me how many I hit in my career, it's 0. So, you know, but it's a good. I think I hit more now than I did before. But yeah.
Okay, and so it's fantastic. I'm learning a lot. And 2 more questions, and I'll let you go.
Okay.
Can we teach mental toughness, or is something that you're born with?
I think it comes from home. I think it starts. I don't think we, as coaches, I think it's super difficult, and maybe it's 1 in 100,000 that maybe if we get a player that it's 16 years old and we're going to teach them to be tough, it's very low percentage. So I do think that majority comes from home. This is where they're exposed most of the time and are, you know, taught values and work ethics. So it's difficult for us as coaches to teach that. I think we can set some standards and raise them and keep them disciplined, but majority has to come from home, the way you're raised.
And now to finish this wonderful time, Tina, at least for me, it was wonderful.
It was for me too.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm going to send you the money now.
Teddy bear only.
Please, how you win a match? Oh, baby, you got to answer that. How you win a tennis match? Because everybody wants to win, including me. I still play. But how you win a tennis match? I never heard, honestly, we talk about tactics. I heard questions about tactics to players, but no this question. I mean, how you win a match? What do you need to do to win a tennis match?
You got to make it work. That's my favorite line too. A lot of players expect things to work, right? And then you watch the top players and they all look good. You know, they get on the court, Serena looks good, Roger looks good, Novak looks good, they look good, right? But as a player, you don't feel good all the time, or very rarely you feel good about your tennis, about your body. Always something is off, but they don't show. They make it work. Either it's the forehand they need to hide, or the backhand they need to hide, or the leg is sore, so they need to shorten the points up. But it make it work. That's my go-to thing. That if you're willing to go over and beyond, I think you can figure it out. And then if not, if you don't win that match, you learn from it, change it, make adjustments. But it's just being out there, being patient, and being prepared to work for it.
Make it work. I love it. Thank you so much, Tina. You gave us a lesson of life lessons and tennis lessons. You were extremely kind, extremely nice, helpful, humble.
Thank you. Thank you.
And no, thank you. Sorry, I had a fantastic time.
Same here. I did too.
Thank you, and hi to your family. They were listening. Great interview. They said thank you. Questions and said, Tina, bravo. Anyways, how to your parents? I was chatting with your dad about soccer. Okay. And so, by the way, who is going to win the World Cup?
I don't know. I need to figure it out with my dad.
No. Argentina.
Argentina?
I'm Argentinian.
I know.
Leo Messi. You're also American.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. One question I forgot. It's my fault. The best male and female players that you have seen in your life, and you've seen a lot.
Okay. On the women's side, I would probably go with my favorite. My idol was Martina Navratilova. Yeah, but then my generation, I would probably go with Kim Clijsters. I think she had a great game, but
you played
nicer.
As her?
Yeah, we played some doubles together too. But she was a great player and even better person. She was a great girl. Yeah, or she is still a great girl. So, on the men's side, my idol was Stefan Edberg when I was growing up.
This is why I can see the slice and the volley, the kick. Gotcha.
But right now, Roger, because he's same, but I think I'm cheering for Novak now.
Okay, and sorry, I don't want to miss this opportunity. I promise you, the last one.
No problem.
The most important grip in tennis. I never ask this question to any one of my interviewees. The most important grip in tennis, if there is one, any.
Continental.
Perfect.
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you, Tina. Thank you. Have your lunch.
You're very welcome.
Thank you, and God bless you. And I hope I meet you if I go to Florida, okay?
Hope very soon. Have a good rest of your day.
And we play some slices cross-court.
We'll do that. Bye. Have a good one.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye.
This interview is going to be uploaded in the YouTube channel. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. See you next time. Bye. Bye-bye.